and we also had our bodies mold tested, right? Through like more of a holistic doctor.
Sure.
The kid who had been sick for 3 months or whatever, she was allergic to 2 of the kinds of mold specifically that we had. The kid that was diagnosed with autism, who we had remediated, so she was already not on the autism spectrum, but she had the highest levels of mold in her body.
Wow.
And so the way she is biologically built, her body just doesn't detox well, right? And so she was holding on to it. And so what happened was, when she got years earlier her MMR vaccine, her body was already under so much stress from the mold that she was then immunized to measles from 1 shot. And I don't know if you have kids, but you're supposed to get boosters.
Right.
From the 1 first shot at age 17 months, she was immune to measles times 40.
Wow.
And so it was at that time also, when she got her MMR, that she stopped sucking, she stopped eye contact, she stopped talking. And so how we remediated her body back then, again, not knowing mold was a player, was we just gave her super healthy whole foods, the kinds of things one needs to do anyway for mold.
Totally.
We had done, which is what got her out of the woodworks. And then the one with the armpits, the smelly armpits, here's like the really, oh my gosh, fascinating thing. She had no mold in her body. All of us had high levels of mold. She had no mold because her armpits, and her body's natural detox is A++. So she stank so horrifically, but it was because she was passing the mold out.
That makes sense, and it's crazy because we all deal with things differently.
Yeah.
So it's like, what I find so interesting about all this is, like, no one story is ever exactly the same, right? So someone listening to this is going to be like, oh my God, my armpits too, right? I'm curious to see, have you, with the autism, right? So you got all this detoxification done properly, you're out of the mold, right? We're fast forward to present time. We'll go back, but I'm very curious. I know a lot of people will be. Is your daughter still on the autism spectrum today?
Close.
Not even today.
She had been, yeah. In fact, at her last neuropsych, which was years ago, could have been prior to the mold detox, the neuropsych had said, don't even use her name and autism in the same sentence. This was really an environmental situation that we were able to remediate. And honestly, we were lucky that we sort of went down this path, not even realizing the mold was the culprit. But, obviously she's only gotten better in all ways. Like, she was one of those kids that was constantly on a nebulizer, right? Always, like 3 or 2, at least 2 out of every 4 weeks on the nebulizer. Since we remediated, not one time.